Microsoft and Apple still neck and neck in the fight to be the world's most valuable company, with Microsoft briefly overtaking the iPhone maker earlier this week. A big part of Microsoft's rise has been its enterprise business and cloud growth in Azure, Office 365, and Dynamics, among others, securing contracts with companies like Walmart, BMW, and Honeywell. Joining us now in a CNBC exclusive, Microsoft Executive Vice President of the Worldwide Commercial Business, Judson Althoff. Judson, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Well, big week for the cloud. Your neighbors over there in Seattle have a conference going on right now, talking in part about hybrid cloud. Amazon announcing AWS Outposts, which is sort of, they'll put a server in your data center. You guys have had servers for a while, Windows Server. How much is hybrid and not being all in on one particular angle of the cloud strategy part of what's driving growth right now?
Yeah, well, listen, first, we're actually really encouraged that AWS is finally endorsing hybrid strategies. We've been invested with customers for well over a decade on hybrid architectures in the cloud because we really think it's where the future is headed. And we actually think we're fairly differentiated here because we've been shipping product for so long. Azure Stack is actually doing quite well with customers. We have referenceable deployments around the world. And our strategy goes far beyond just thinking of the notion of a stack within a customer's data center. It goes all the way out to the edge. Because we think as you think about the paradigm shifts of compute extending all the way out to IoT, customers are going to actually be able to do compute and reasoning out at the edge. And so Azure Sphere, our product at the edge, all the way through to Azure Stack and Azure in the public cloud, is a really successful strategy for us, and customers are embracing it. So we see it as a wave of the future.
Judson, I'm hearing from Microsoft and a number of other companies, just heard from John Donahoe here at ServiceNow, that kind of a lot of different clouds are the future, that customers don't necessarily want lock-in. Heard a different story from Andy Jassy, though, talking about contracts overall, and that they argue that they have the best capabilities because they've been around the longest, and so customers can go all in with them. How do we see how this plays out? At what point do we start to see business acceleration one way or the other because either a multi-cloud strategy or a single cloud strategy is winning out?
Yeah, it's a great question. Generally speaking, we see competition as being great. In fact, an open strategy is frankly the best way to go. It's why we support Linux on Azure and we have such strong growth there. It's why we support Windows on AWS for that matter. And so we actually think customers will embrace a multi-cloud strategy. It's also why we've invested in this open data initiative, as you reported on earlier this year. We see huge momentum from customers, strong interest from customers being able to want to take back their data in an open capacity. And so whether it's pulling together experiential data from Adobe or operational data from SAP, being able to reason over that in real time and make real-time business decisions that make sense for our customers is where we want to be. And so we will see more multi-cloud approaches, and frankly, we think it's good for the industry.
What is the role that machine learning and artificial intelligence is playing in this stage of the cloud? Because whether it's from you guys or from Amazon or others, it seems like a lot of the software and capability related announcements are around that. Does that get customers more engaged and invested in your particular cloud platform? Is that an area where you think customer demand is going to be pushing in particular heading into 2019?
Yeah, absolutely. If you think about it, I think the last time I spoke to you, I said we were maybe 2 minutes into the first quarter of this cloud game, if you will, if you could sort of understand the metaphor. We're probably 8 minutes into the first quarter now, and even earlier on relative to artificial intelligence. But it is a huge driver for us, and so whether it's the work we're doing with Chevron or BMW or Volkswagen or Starbucks or even Kroger and Walmart, from left to right, all of the progress we're making with our customers in the cloud is sort of grounded on this notion of first getting your data estate in order so that you then can reason over it using machine learning and artificial intelligence. We believe unless you have your data estate in order, all you're going to do with AI is make mistakes with greater confidence than ever before. But we are seeing strong uptake. In fact, BMW's announcement of their new intelligent personal assistant inside the car running on Microsoft technology is objective evidence of this taking off in the future.
Judson, I want to get your thought on a potential customer, the Department of Defense, this JEDI contract that could be valued at as much as $10 billion, winner take all. There are a lot of folks out there that think this is Amazon's competition to lose. How do you think about it?
Well, listen, we like what we have to offer, quite frankly, because of the intelligent edge, intelligent cloud strategy that we have. We've been deeply invested in hybrid approaches. We think that, frankly, the government ought to look at an open strategy here because competition is good. That stated, at the end of the day, our mission is about empowerment. We want to make sure everyone has the best technology, including our warfighters. And so we hope to be able to participate in it. And we're looking forward to having a fair shot to compete for it.